For about a decade, documentary filmmaker James Fox has focused on UFO sightings in part because he had one. Tonight, his latest film, Out of the Blue, premieres on the Sci-Fi Channel. He joins us from San Francisco. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here. We focused with our film Out of the Blue on the core, 5% core of the most reliable cases from around the world and from very high-ranking military officials. We went to Star City, Russia, England, France, met with five-star Admiral, President Ford, President Jimmy Carter. It's quite a interesting results of our investigation.
Well, the Sci-Fi Channel has hired a lobbyist now to try and get the government to release any secret documents that they might have on UFOs. Why do you think the government doesn't want that info out?
I would imagine, this is informed speculation, that if you could, if there were objects of unknown origin that could penetrate very sensitive airspace and fly rings around our fastest jets, those in a position of power wouldn't want to kind of relinquish that information to the general public for possible fear of causing another World of Worlds announcement, which happened in 1939 with Orson Welles.
Well, we look forward to finding all about it when we watch your documentary, Out of the Blue, tonight at 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi Channel. James Fox, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, coming up, it's an age-old question. Is there life beyond planet Earth? Two Bay Area men get ready to show their evidence to the world.
Unfortunately, about 95% of all UFO sightings are as real as this plastic food platter saucer. But what about the other 5%? That is what this documentary hopes to explore.
We knew it wasn't really ours because it was just too doggone big. Matter of fact, profoundly massive is a better way to describe it. We don't really have words in our language to describe something that large.
Produced here in the Bay Area, Out of the Blue airs on the Sci-Fi Channel. Arguing that there is something out there, Out of the Blue interviews scientists, military officials, even two former presidents, and an astronaut who seem to agree. Armed with the documentary, the Sci-Fi Channel is taking its campaign to Washington to try and persuade the government to open up its UFO files and finally separate science fiction from science fact. In San Francisco, Vicki Libiakis, KRON 4 News.
Now, CBS 2 News at 11.
It's a debate that has raged for over 50 years. Are UFOs real? Tonight, there's a new twist. Recent polls show nearly 3 in every 4 Americans believe the government is not telling the public everything it knows about UFOs. And now a documentary filmmaker is trying to turn those poll numbers into political action.
95 to 97% of all UFO sightings can be explained away in down-to-earth prosaic terms. There's a remaining 3 to 5% sightings that have been made by extremely credible observers of very incredible things.
James Fox is an independent filmmaker who spent 3 years and traveled across 6 countries to create a new documentary called Out of the Blue.
Летчик-истребитель. Я знаю многие типы летательных аппаратов, но это ни на что не похоже.
In his film, Fox contends that many of the cases our government either denies or can't explain have been made by people working for the government.
Trained military personnel, trained radar operators, airline pilots, military pilots. These people are trained to know what flies around in our skies. They also have access and they're privy to some of the most state-of-the-art technology that we're dealing with today.
The Sci-Fi Channel is working with the law firm of former Clinton administration Chief of Staff John Podesta to spearhead a Freedom of Information campaign.
We ought to do it really because it's right. We ought to do it because the American people, quite frankly, can handle the truth. And we ought to do it because it's the law.
If Congress calls me in and says, will you testify in detail what you know, I stand here today prepared and ready to do just that.
I've never seen it. Look at that.
I don't know, but I got it on tape.
For years, the debate over UFOs has been about what we're seeing up here. Now it appears the battle will be over who's listening in here.